Okay, 2 point. Again, I'm going to draw another horizon line. I actually ruled it out from the bottom edge of my paper, and so I knew it was even. I made 2 little marks, ruled from the bottom. Now for 2 point, and I'm going to do this one above the horizon line. Instead of starting with a flat plane, you start with a corner. So I'm just going to make a vertical line, perfectly perpendicular to my horizon line, like that, and I have to have 2 points. I'm going to make them at the end of my horizon line. I'll make it a little further closer over so I'm on the camera. These are my 2 points. I'm looking at a corner of a building, so this vertical is going to be the corner. I'm thinking of this as the top and the bottom of my shape. I'm going to draw lines from the top to the right hand point. I won't have any horizontal lines on this or a flat plane. I'm looking at a building from an angle, so I have verticals and diagonals. I'm going from the bottom back to my right point. Then I'm going to go to the left, lining them up, top to the left, bottom to the left. Okay, so it's still not really looking dimensional. So now what I need to do is decide, how big do I want this building? Do I want it to be narrow? Want it to be tall? Of course, this is a building that would be floating in space, but I decide where my walls are going to be because I'm designing this shape. So I'm going to make this one a little more vertical. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer, like this. So this is my right wall and my left wall. This is the corner of my building or my shape. Now from this intersection right down here where the wall is meeting the bottom perspective line, I'm going to go from this side, but instead of going back the same way, I'm going to go to the opposite. So I'm going to make a little X. So I'm going from the left side to the right, and then same thing, I'm going from this intersection, the right side, bottom right wall, up a little higher. Make sure you line your planes up to the left. All of a sudden I made the bottom. So now it looks dimensional. I have a 2-point perspective rectangle that is opaque. I can't see inside of it. Now if I want to see inside of it, I'm going to go from the top left and the top right. Top left to my point on the right. I'm drawing through so I can see it. Then I'm going to go to my top right to my left point. I'm making another X. So my lines are intersecting. So again, when I say an X, I have an X here and an X here, right? 2 X's. Now if I want to figure out where my back wall is, usually they're at an intersection between those 2 X's. So this should end up being my back wall right here. So I'm going to draw this through like that. So now I have to figure out which lines would I erase, and I would erase this line. Oh wait, actually that's the line I would keep. Silly me. It's always hard when I'm looking at it. This is seeing through it, but if I don't, I have to get rid of my certain lines. So I have to see it right. This line I don't need. Right here. And this line. Okay, so now I can see a 3-dimensional seeing through this box, an interior, right? So I have the front plane right here, side plane right here, bottom plane. This is the inside top.